A warm namaste, good morning, good afternoon, good evening to all our viewers across the globe. We had promised you last year that 2024 is going to be different. We will also be featuring artists other than authors on the show. So let me warn you, our guest this evening is a killer. She shoots. And so I would not like to stretch it any further, but tell you that Geeta Bade, our guest of the evening, is a hobbyist photographer, as she likes to call herself. We had run a quiz inviting viewers to identify our guest of the evening. One lucky winner was to receive a signed work of the artist. Unfortunately, this time, we received entries, but no correct entries. So better luck next time. Before I introduce Geeta, let me introduce to you the moderators. Vardhan Dharkar is a multifaceted personality. He decided to explore other passions after quitting the corporate world. He has now ventured into learning Sanskrit, writing blogs, moderating the show, and much more. I am Sanjay Chandra, a published author, a writer who contributes regularly to the Pioneer and the Hindu and anything that catches my fancy. I am still a work in progress. So let me also once again remind you that we are recording this episode, and this will be put out on my YouTube channel as also the other social media handles. Now, before I start introducing our guest of the evening, let me share the screen with you all. Geeta Bade is a seasoned company secretary with a remarkable track record spanning over 25 years across various industry sectors. With a keen eye for detail and a strategic mindset, she specializes in navigating companies through financial distress and restructuring phases, ensuring their resilience and growth. However, 6 years ago, on a visit to Masai Mara in Kenya, she discovered a new passion that would deeply enrich her life: photography. Since then, she has embarked on an exhilarating journey, immersing herself in the art of photography in all its forms. Venturing across the diverse landscapes of India, she has captured breathtaking scenes of nature, the majesty of wild animals, the elegance of birds in flight, the timeless allure of historical monuments, and the vibrant essence of people from different walks of life. Apart from her love for photography, she is also a devoted cat lover. Her affection for these graceful creatures shines through in her photography, where she often finds inspiration in the playful antics and serene beauty of cats. Despite her achievements, she remains modest and prefers to let her photographs speak for themselves. She describes herself as a hobbyist photographer. Though she loves photographing birds and other wildlife, she also enjoys capturing human emotions. Once again, welcome to the show, Geeta.
Namaste to all our viewers in India and outside of India, and a warm welcome to Ms. Geeta Bade on the show. As Sanjay has rightly described, today's episode is special because today, for the first time, we are featuring someone who is not an author but belonging to some other art form. And I think that is something which will make the show more interesting and more broad-based. So welcome, Geeta, to our show. And thank you, Sanjay, for a warm introduction. So let's begin our conversation. Geeta, a seasoned company secretary with 25 years of track record, and a complete transformation in a span of 6 years from a seasoned company secretary to a passionate photographer. Our viewers definitely would love to know more about this journey, the ups and downs, the challenges that you faced, and the learnings that you had. Something like that would definitely be of interest to you. So please share those thoughts.
Sure. Thank you so much. Good evening, everybody. Good evening to all the viewers. I can see some friends of mine, my relatives, and some people whom I know have also logged in to hear me speak. And I'm really happy. Thank you, Mr. Chandra, for inviting me on this show. Thank you, Mr. Dharkar, once again. Okay, I think you all have described so much about me. So thank you for that once again. Uh, so far as photography is concerned, for so many years, I was so busy in my career, I never thought that I could, there is this side to me, that I can indulge in photography or my love for photography. So in 2016, I got a chance to visit Masai Mara. And that's when I carried a small beginner's camera with me. And then once I reached Masai Mara, what I saw in front of me. It was like National Geography alive. It was just too good, too much of action, too many animals, and too many birds. It was beautiful. So I wished at that time, that I should have known photography. I should have been into this field. I should have started photographing from the beginning. And that's how my journey began. But before going there, I did read a lot of photo journals, trying to understand my gears, understand my the subjects, understanding how to approach the subject, how to photograph, what would be the exposure settings, everything. But unfortunately, in such a short time span, I couldn't do anything. So when I went there, I clicked a few photographs, not bad. But when I came back, I saw that so many photographs were overexposed or underexposed or just blank, washed out completely. And that's when I decided that, yes, this shouldn't happen again. I have to go back to that same place again. But once I am thorough in my photography knowledge, both technical as well as my creative side. So I came back. I joined a very small course of photography, just a 2 months course, which was more of a classroom course. But let me tell you something. The actual learning happens on the field. And every image that you capture uh, is itself a learning. So I joined some photography workshops in the sense outdoor photography workshops. And I didn't know what to photograph. So the camera was in my hand and I just used to go on photographing, aimlessly. There was no sense to what I was photographing. And then I saw a lot of people. I was wondering, how they can get such sharp photographs. How can they get the right exposure? How can they get the right composition? That's when I started learning. And the more I started learning, the more I went into it. The more I found interest in it. And then I said, no, this is my passion. So that's how my journey started. So it's all about learning. The more you photograph, the more you learn. Every photograph teaches me something. Every image, I have learned something. So it's really helped me. So my mantra today is just photograph, 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 and photograph till you achieve perfection. And fortunately, I haven't achieved perfection, I would say. But yes, today I would call myself a skilled amateur. And that's where I am. So that's a few images that you just showed.
Interesting, very interesting, and very thought-provoking. And
Yeah.
you calling yourself,
No, she is too modest. I mean, the photographs that we just saw, they were nowhere near amateur. I mean, at least to my
yes,
eye,
Thank you. Thank you.
they were
Thank you.
professional. So,
Thank you.
yes,
please continue, Vardhan, please.
Thank you.
yeah. So, Geeta, generally what I have seen is that most of the photographers, they tend to specialize in one or two forms of photography. Maybe it is wildlife, or it is nature, or it is monuments, or it is human beings, something like
Correct.
that.
Correct.
But what I have seen you doing is that you actually have visited and shot photos of all of these forms, and all what I have seen is all of them are really good. So, which is the form that you, or which are couple of forms that you like better than others? And do you intend to specialize in that, or you would continue to be interested in all the forms?
I'm interested in most of the forms. First, I was interested in animals, birds, wildlife photography. Okay. Then I saw that there are other things also to photograph, because if you look around you, there are so many things that you can find subjects to photograph. So why restrict yourself? I don't like to restrict myself to something, So if I'm doing just wildlife, and if I do just birds, after some time it may get monotonous. So I started trying my hand at, architecture. Then I started doing macro photography. Macro photography is something that, people just ask me, what is macro photography? Macro photography means, getting as an image or a subject, showing it as larger than life. It can be a very small thing, like a fly or like an ant. But have you noticed one thing? Not many people know that even a fly, when you use or when you photograph it under that particular macro lens, it looks so beautiful, because then you can actually see all the details of the fly. You really wouldn't know. For us, it's just a fly, just hush it away. But no, when you see a photograph of a fly, you'll realize that the fly also looks beautiful. It's got its own beauty. Same thing goes for maybe a snake, a flower. So these are all subjects of macro photography, and macro photography is very, very interesting. So I started doing macro photography, and when I saw the outcome, or when I saw the ultimate output, it was amazing. I didn't know even small insects like beetles. There are different kinds of beetles, and even a small insect like a dragonfly or a beetle, under a macro lens, once it is shot, it looks so beautiful. You must just see it. So there is beauty in everything. So I decided not to restrict myself only to wildlife or bird photography, but try and capture the beauty in everything that you see. So you can see beauty even when you see a building or light and shadow. Just try and click it. You should know your composition. There are certain rules of composition, So you can compose your frame, you can compose your image in such a way that the output, when you see it, looks different. So that's one reason why I didn't restrict myself to only one genre of photography, and I tried my hand at every other genre of photography, even capturing human emotions. And
Yes.
because I didn't restrict myself to one genre, I was lucky. I could keep traveling. I kept getting more subjects to photograph. I went to places. I love doing all this. And ever since COVID, even prior to COVID, actually, I was traveling, but post-COVID, my maximum traveling has been in this past 3 years.
Yes. Yes. I know that.
And I intend to travel more.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
So you should
So
also
I have my travel list and what photography I'm going to do all planned.
so you should also conduct workshops on photography.
I would love to. That's what
That's
I'm
something which I have been telling her.
Yes, he's
Okay.
been telling me, and I was
It's very
proposing.
important.
In fact, I went to Bharatpur in the month of Feb. I had gone to Bharatpur.
Yeah.
So there was this Bharatpur is basically in Rajasthan. It's a wetland.
Yeah.
And it's a bird sanctuary.
Right.
So I go there every year, and this was my 4th visit. But the auto rickshaw driver out there gave me a suggestion, and they all saw my photographs, and he said, "Madam, आप इतना अच्छा फोटो निकालती है, आप अपना workshops क्यों नहीं लेके आते?"
अरे वाह, very
So
good.
he's like, after me, you get people, do your own workshop, and you get people here. We'll help you.
Right. No, I think it's important. It's very important for
Yeah.
particularly youngsters also who are venturing out and just about to venture out into the professional world.
Yeah.
That yet here is something which they can even look at.
No, I'm actually planning to take these small workshops, because I see a lot of beginners really struggle. Those who are interested in photography, but they have nobody to teach them, to guide them, to coach them. So they don't know what to photograph. And then, so I'd like to teach them. I'd like to take them to places, to all the places that I have gone, I have struggled, and I have learned my photography.
Right. Okay. Vardhan, please. Yeah.
Yeah. So coming back to these different forms. So what are the specific skill sets that are required, and the camera gear that you require for all these different forms of photography?
Okay, so see, each genre of photography requires a specific set of equipments. So main is your camera. Your camera can be of any brand, any make. What is necessary is the kind of lens that you use. So if you are doing a macro photography, you'll require macro lens. If you are doing if you are into wildlife, you will require telephoto zoom lens. If you are doing portraits, you will require prime lens. So there are different kinds of gear. So you should know what is your gear. You should know technical knowledge is very important, first of all. Technical knowledge about your photography and technical knowledge about your camera. Also about, it's very important for you to know. First, your basics have to be strong. You should know your basics. Once you know the basics, the next step is to know your composition. So you should know there are certain rules of composition. I mean, these rules have been made by, all expert photographers over the years, and which help you in having a good image or shooting a good image. So these are certain things that you need to keep in mind. The rest is all your creativity.
Right.
Yes.
How you see, each one of us will see a particular scene. We see the same scene, but when we click a photograph, you will click it different, I will click it different, a third person will click it different. So the way you see, the way you perceive, the way you see an image in front of you,
Yeah.
you'll click that way.
Yes.
So
Yes.
creativity varies from person to person.
Yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely. Tell me now, all the smartphones today have very advanced camera and lenses.
Yeah.
So has it made the specialized cameras or standalone cameras, high-end cameras redundant, and all of us now can become photographers?
No, not at all. There is a lot of difference between clicking with a mobile phone, a mobile camera, and clicking with a DSLR. The reason being that since you are clicking with a mobile phone, you feel that's the most convenient thing. But you don't get that output. See, the camera, the mobile phone sensors are very small. So you really can't, when you enlarge the image, you can't see a clear image. But shooting with a DSLR has got its own high. That's a different, it's absolutely a different field altogether, a different passion altogether. I mean, ever since I started clicking with a DSLR, I don't click with a mobile phone.
Okay. Okay.
Because the mobile phone does everything for you. It even adjusts your exposure, the wide shot, the long shot, I mean, the wide angle shot, the depth of field, or whatever that is. But when you do that on a DSLR all by yourself, using your photography technical knowledge, it gives you a different high.
Yeah. Absolutely. I completely agree with you.
Yeah.
Authors, when they write
Yeah.
the books, and then they go to the publishers and they publish the book, and that is how it reaches the audience, wider audience, and it gets appreciated, liked by it, and that's something which is satisfying to any creative person.
Correct.
Now, in case of a photographer, how do you reach your audience?
The biggest platform today is the social media, the internet. So you have different social accounts. You have whether it's a whether it's a Instagram account or a Facebook or any other, you just post it online, and then that's how it reaches. But there are other ways also of doing it. And another way is you can have exhibitions, you can participate in salons, you can participate in exhibitions, you can participate in even in the smallest of exhibitions and make your work known. See, photography, the actual photographers or the serious photographers, it's a very small community. Wherever you go, you're bound to meet same people. Even to places where you go to photograph, you're bound to meet somebody whom you already know.
Yeah.
So all these people, everybody, all of them will participate in salons. So the best way that you can do is to participate in salons, participate in exhibitions, not only within India, but even international salons. So
Okay.
there are lots of salons that happen, and exhibitions happen both within India, outside India. But
Okay.
I just put my photographs on Facebook, and since I've been too busy, I know you've been telling me, and a lot of other people have been telling me that I must give my photographs for exhibition or submit my entries, put them online and all that. But somehow I feel that I still have to, uh, you know, get some good images and really striking images which satisfy me and my creativity, and say that yes, this is my creativity. Now I can submit this, I can show this to my viewers.
No,
So I still have to reach that.
I think your standard maybe or bar may be too high. It's always possible that
Yeah, I
the
know.
photographs that you have, and so if you start displaying them, wider public and wider audience will appreciate them. So
I
my
have started.
request to you would be that you should venture into that area as well.
Thank you. I will. I have started. In fact, I have started. I've just entered into some two competitions, photo competitions, photography competitions. In fact, they are the local ones only here in Bombay.
Okay.
I won every year. I'm winning. I win a prize.
Okay.
This year also, like I have submitted my photographs, entries. Let's see. Thank you.
Great.
Thank you.
So, in fact, what we have done is that since your work is widely that way not published and not widely known, we thought that we will select some of your photographs, and maybe if you can share your thoughts and your views on each of that photograph.
Sure. That would be
Sanjay,
good.
if you can share the photos.
This is this I clicked. This is the Muria tribe, which is from Chhattisgarh, and we visited this village. I had visited this 2 years ago. This was a specific tribal workshop, tribal photography workshop, and they had all got ready for a dance performance, which we were to shoot. Very interesting, very nice. This is again the Chhatris. These are called the Chhatris. This is Orcha in Madhya Pradesh. This is from Jaisalmer, the sand dunes in Jaisalmer. This was during sunset. This was one photo shoot. This model came along with us, and we had to tell her to pose for us in whatever pose we like. So that was one of the poses that I had told her. This is again in Mandu, Madhya Pradesh. This is architectural photography. This was a bit difficult. This is Nagaland. This is the Konyak tribe, one of the dwindling tribes in headhunters in Nagaland.
Each of that photo was beautiful. I don't know which one can be rated as top and which can be rated as second
Thank
top.
you.
To me, all of them look like number one.
Thank
So fantastic photographs. Like you mentioned that you have traveled extensively in last 3 years. I want to know
Yes.
which are the states that you have not visited so far. Because as I know, almost all the states you have visited. Are
Almost.
there any states left out?
Yes, I think I have yet to visit. No, I have done Orissa. Northeastern states, I think 1 or 2 states. Manipur is there. I haven't done still Manipur. I have to visit Manipur. I think South I have done. For photography, yes, Andhra Pradesh, Telangana, I still have to go.
Okay.
South.
Okay.
Western region, I have done most. I've done Madhya Pradesh, I've done Uttar Pradesh. Uttar Pradesh is one still remaining. I haven't done Uttar Pradesh. Uttar Pradesh is mostly wildlife. Yeah, mostly wildlife.
Okay.
So these are on my bucket list.
Yeah, I'm sure they will get fulfilled in next 12 months.
Yeah, planning to.
So what are your plans for next 12 months?
It's all travel and travel. I've got three plans already done. I'm traveling 3rd to 5th. This 3rd April to 5th April, I'm traveling to Tipeshwar for a wildlife safari, a tiger wildlife safari. Then from 17th to 27th, I'm visiting Thailand, but I am visiting the northern part of Thailand, which has got a lot of architecture, temples, history, culture. So it's September is again Masai Mara, wildlife.
Okay.
December, Jan, not yet planned. So we'll do
And
that.
in this busy schedule, when are you going to in this busy schedule, when are you going to start your YouTube channel?
My YouTube channel.
Yeah.
I think I will come to you. I need some help. I'll come to you and Mr. Chandra. Y'all
Yeah.
can help me a bit.
Oh, definitely.
Y'all can
Whatever
guide
little
me.
help.
Y'all can guide me on starting my YouTube channel.
Sanjay Chandra is expert in that.
Sanjay
Exactly.
Chandra, no. Sanjay Chandra is not an expert in anything. So the only thing that I try to do now is writing, and I realize that whatever Geeta spoke about, composition and structure and everything, probably all art forms would have something or the other of the same thing.
Yeah.
So that's
Yeah.
what I realized, and So but please continue, Vardhan.
Okay. So, do we have time for rapid fire?
Yeah. Please go ahead.
Okay. So, Geeta, we also have a rapid fire round, and
Okay.
I am sure that you will be able to face the rapid fire and come out winner. Can we start?
Yeah, but am I going to get a hamper? Like the
Oh,
way
yes, of
Karan
course.
Johar gives on Coffee with Karan?
Yeah. You will have coffee with Vardhan and Sanjay.
Oh, that's a better, that's much better than even the hamper. Any day.
Yes.
Shoot.
And a box of Alfonso from Vardhan.
What?
Oh, of course.
Okay, please, yeah.
Okay,
Now that
let's
is
start.
the season. So, first question:
Yeah.
pets or photography?
Both.
Okay. Dream destination.
Masai Mara.
Okay. The best compliment that you have received for your photograph.
I've been getting a lot of comments, a lot of appreciation. And I just got it from you. Amazing photographs.
Yeah. I told you that I have written to Oxford and Cambridge University to come out with better. I can't keep repeating same objectives again and again. What do you love more, birds or monuments?
Birds.
Birds. And in next life, what would you like to be reborn as?
Like reborn as, of course, a photographer. A well-known ace photographer. I guess I was some kind of a photographer in my past life also.
Yes, that I tend to agree with you. So congratulations, you have won the rapid fire round with the flying colors, and you have
Thank you.
earned yourself coffee as well as Alfonso mangoes. And when we meet the week after,
Sure.
we will
Sure.
do that. So
Sure.
thank you, Geeta, for taking time out from your busy schedule and interacting with us and sharing your thought processes.
Thank you.
Now, let me hand it over to Sanjay. But before I do that, let me wish all our viewers and you as well as Sanjay a very happy Holi, since tomorrow is Happy Holi. Now, I hand it over to Sanjay for further proceedings. Namaste.
So thank you very much, Vardhan. Thank you, Geeta. Thank you. It was really a very, very, very insightful episode where we learned a lot about photography, a new
Thank you, Mr.
creative form,
Chandra.
I would say, for us,
Yeah.
because so far we had been having only authors. So it was really wonderful. And so thank you for being with us. And we are looking forward to have you sometime in Delhi also, with maybe with a
Sure.
photographic exhibition, and get to see more of your pictures. So that's it. Our next episode is going to be on next Sunday, 31st March. And so watch out for the quiz. I would say watch out for the quiz to identify the guests of for the next episode. And have a great weekend. Stay safe.
Mr. Chandra, I would like to thank you, Mr. Dharkar, for inviting me on this show for this wonderful evening, and for all our viewers who've been listening to me patiently. Thank you so much. Happy Holi to all of y'all. Have a great time.
So thank you so much, and wish everyone, all our viewers, a happy Holi. Goodbye, until next Sunday. Bye bye. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Bye. Namaste.